Have you ever wondered why the US failed in the reconstruction of Afghanistan? Failed very important at this very important task for the U.S. government, for the American people, because it's going maybe to cost the elections to Joe Biden. So let's track. Let's get back to to 2001 to start this explanation. Okay, so in 2001, as we know, the U.S. was attacked by the by Al Qaeda and also by especially by Osama bin Laden, because he is going to later be claimed responsibility for those attacks. Okay, so airplanes were seized, for airplanes were hijacked by terrorists. Let's going to take into account just two, because one one crashed against the World Trade Center. The another one, the symbol of the economy of the U.S. of the economy of the economic power of the U.S. The second crashed with crashed to crashed on the Pentagon. That was a symbolism, as a symbol of the military power that the U.S. had, and another one more was going to Washington. Especially, it's believed to go to the Capitol, which was the symbol of the democracy, of the political power that the U.S. had on the world. Okay, so after this, the U.S. launched the war on terror with the help of its allies, in especially from NATO and other countries, invade Afghanistan, because Afghanistan was ruled by the Taliban, and the Taliban supported Al Qaeda. So they started the invasion there. All right, yeah, they started the invasion. One very important event was that during the first periods of the invasion, a group of 18 U.S. Navy SEAL soldiers arrived in the northern part of Afghanistan, and one of the sergeants, one of the leaders of this group, sacrificed his life to save the other um, the other his other teammates. Okay? So after all of this happened in 2001, we know, the U.S. launched the war on terror. They started with the northern part of Afghanistan that was controlled by the Northern Alliance, an alliance especially that was controlled by the opposition to the Taliban, that were the Mujahideen especially. Okay, so they, with the help of the Mujahideen, the U.S. started their invasion from the northern part of Afghanistan. They, after they defeated the Taliban, which was very fast, by the way, they used bombings, for example, in the major cities, so the infrastructure was completely destroyed. So they had to rebuild the infrastructure. They started the Kabul Kandahar highway, which was a big project that would connect all Afghanistan, especially the four biggest cities in Afghanistan, with a kind of road that was in a loop. Okay, so this would expand. This would cover all Afghanistan, and would give would give facility to transport any goods, any supplies to all the country. Okay? But this we will know that, but later we would notice that this wouldn't work. This won't work. This won't work because the U.S. on 2003 launched another invasion. This time in Iraq, because they cited because they claimed that they had weapons of mass destruction, so they launched an invasion of that. But also it diverted many resources from Afghanistan to Iraq, many diplomats, many U.S. personnel, a lot of supplies, military budget, of course. So that's going to be one of the major reasons why later the Taliban are going to gain ground again, especially with one major battle that was the Operation Anaconda. In this operation, the US had a lot of losses, and the Taliban won one of their first victories against the US forces there. Also in 2011, Osama bin Laden would be killed by US Navy SEALs in Pakistan. That's a key important event. And that's how this story ends for now.